Hello everyone, my name is Gothic Lord UK and welcome to the Dungeon of Naheulbeuk. I'm probably pronouncing it wrong. This is a kind of D&D inspired tactical game, kind of like an Xcom or something like that. And I'm gonna play it through and see how we do. So let's go to a new game. We have 4 difficulty settings here. We have Gripping Tale, Tavern Song, Epic Gest, or Gazor's Nightmare. No idea who Gazor is, don't know what that's about. But we're going to go on Epic Quest. Epic Quest, where danger is abound, every step forward will be a victory. For the tactical RPG aficionado looking for a real challenge. Enemies have more health, do more damage, and are slightly more accurate. Heroes have less resources at the beginning of the game, gold, potions, and bandages. And some additional enemies can be encountered in combat. So let's call this Tales of YouTube. And then we have our advanced options. I am going to play through the tutorial. I did a little bit of that offline just to make sure everything was recording correctly and the like. I'm not going to assign attributes automatically. I want that kind of granular choice as we move forward. And I am going to play in Iron Man mode. I love the challenge and the tension you get when you can't reload, you can't have a do-over, you are stuck with your decisions as you make them. So, Iron Man mode it will be. It may be that we do not manage to finish the campaign because of Iron Man mode, but we will see. And for male versus female narrator, let's go with female. I'm used to that from Baldur's Gate 3, currently has a female narrator, and I'm happy with that. So we have the Tales of YouTube, mode Epic Gest, tutorial yes, assign automatically no, Iron Man yes, narrator female. Let's see where the tutorial spits us out. Let us go forth, my companions. You cannot use the potions and consumables stocked in your character's belts to heal at the end of combat. So we have to use ones from our inventory to heal at the end of combat, not ones stashed in our belts. That's good to know. There's a little chicken loading bar. No idea why a chicken, although there's chickens here, here, and here as well. If that's going to be poignant to the plot, I've no clue. Anyhow, let's get through these last 3 eggs and get going. Super.
You shall not pass.
That's for the undead.
First chapter. A feeling of déjà vu. The party advances. A steely-eyed ranger, a brutal barbarian, a ruthless ogre, a wizardess with fiery hair, an agile elf, a wily thief, a dwarf, well, you know, just a dwarf. Together they have just crossed into the terrible Dungeon of Naheulbeuk.
Naheulbeuk.
This dungeon's nothing to write home about.
Don't know what we'll find inside here, but it stinks.
That's easy. The ogre just took a dump 5 feet from the door.
I've got a strange feeling of déjà vu.
Because of the ogre shit?
Have you been here before?
I feel like I'd know if I had.
Probably not. No one's ever got in here before.
By the way, what is our quest?
We must find the 12th statuette of Gladalfura.
A statuette?
It's written in the tablets of Skellis that only a one-legged gnome from the northern forest, dancing by the moonlight in the middle of 12 statuettes wrapped in ham. As I was saying, only a one-legged gnome shall open the gates of Zaralbak, and thus accomplish the prophecy.
But what is this strange prophecy?
No idea. We're only in it for the gold. That's why we came here.
Yeah, and I knocked before coming in.
And I called you a half-wit.
Okay, let's all get along, okay? Let's focus on the statuette.
Do we have any idea where it's located?
Like every statuette, it's in a treasure room, guarded by a powerful warlock. Battle!
Maybe his powers are even greater than mine.
Sounds about right. What kind of monsters live here?
So, if you look at the random encounter table, these are the monsters in this dungeon. Several kinds of undead, giant spiders, orcs, and goblins.
Hey, goblins.
Underground trolls, warlocks, cursed knights, mutant rats, a bottle of oil, some toilet paper, 2 sponges, and ravioli.
Think you're also reading your shopping list. So no dragons, right?
Nah, well above our level, Cap. Anyway, let us go forth.
Alright, so things are decidedly meta. We have our party, and we can zoom in and out with scroll wheel, we can rotate with Q and E, and interestingly, rather than just having to click where you want the whole party to go, you can actually run with AWSD.
Halt! You arrived at a junction and must face 3 choices.
All those doors are closed and blocked off by a strange glowing seal.
Weird. And I'm having another deja vu.
Oh, shiny, pretty.
Probably some kind of magic lock we have to dispel.
No way we're getting over by some goddamn door. My cousin Kringley always says, if it's magic, hit it harder.
No, wait!
This can only end well.
Ow, my head. You f***ing more... Where are they? Shit! Hey! Dwarf! Elf! Dang it. Did everybody get lost but me? What was that noise?
Okay, so we need to regather our party. And apparently S-bombs are okay, but F-bombs not okay. Seems kind of arbitrary, but sure. We'll take the open door. This is the tutorial, in case
Damn it, an orc. And I'm
anyone hadn't
alone.
figured that bit
Rose,
out
I'm
yet.
alone.
This is the perfect opportunity to discuss the matter of combat, a crucial subject when adventuring in mysterious dungeons.
Open door! Gotta go! Me eats bad goat tripe!
No, I'm not done. Go away, you meanie.
Sounds like an elf. Anyway, be cool. He's alone. This shouldn't be a problem.
1v1 me with knives, dude. Right, so we all get 2 action points. That's these 2 dots up the top. Looks a bit like owl's eyes. We can move using an action point, and we have to decide what way we're facing when we get to our destination tile. And then we can attack using our melee weapon. We'll find statuses and whatnot in the overview. And we have a list of stats. Precision is how likely you are to hit something. You can also get positioning bonuses for that. And there's also dodge and parrying. It's not just about having high precision. So if we highlight over here on the right hand side of the screen, you'll see there that our base percentage is 86% chance to hit, with a positional 10% for backstabbing for a total of 96%. And we're attacking a hurried orc. First level, no protection, no dodge, physical resistance of 17%, magical resistance 9%, opportunity attacks, and they are under this condition or status effects for 2 turns. We do 18 damage with our sword. And they hit us back quite hard. The orc is not feeling good. Use T on, or central click, to see the extra stats. So we can see that the orc is weakened. This means that he is less efficient now that he's all banged up. His precision, physical resistance, and magical resistance are worse. There are 3 weakness thresholds depending on the character's health. If a character's health bar changes colour, this means that they are weakened. So now this orc has minus 10 physical resistance, minus 5 precision, and minus 10 magical resistance. They also have minus 1 move for 1 turn. This panel also shows afflictions, that's the movement. And now we need to kill the orc. So far, so good. At the end of combat, we get some experience. We get a baseline share, and then some get a varied amount. Characters who goes unconscious during combat will suffer a penalty to their XP. We can also spend potions to heal the party. So this potion here restores hit points. We can do that for everybody.
Well, it tastes bad. Reminds me of my granny's soup.
What is your granny making their soup out of, sir? We have no loot to take, so we can finish. And here's the elf.
Hooray! You saved me.
This is... yeah, he's... I mean, they're gone.
There were more than one?
So many I couldn't even count them. But I killed one, which sent them all running. Are Are you alright?
It was horrible. I found myself in these disgusting toilets. But where are the others? What's going on?
It's because of that moronic dwarf. He must have triggered a magic trap. The whole party's been scattered around this floor. We need to find them.
How about we don't find the dwarf?
No, we'll need his axe if there are other orcs.
Don't you think you could handle them by yourself?
Yeah, that's... Even the greatest heroes have their limits. Anyway, let's not hang around here.
Alright, so we have gained the elf. We're all moving together in our party. These are some delightful looking restrooms. And a side counter to loot. 6 gold coins and a headless doll. You could use it as a prop in a goth party, I guess. Too ugly for anything else. I have no idea what that means or what that could be used for, but hey, let's not dwell on it. When in doubt, charge through the door.
Ah, here's the thief.
Yippee! Plus, he's not the dwarf.
Silence. You'll get us spotted. There are orcs in this room, and they've got bows and arrows.
We need to devise a plan.
Okay, I got a plan. You attack them while I stand guard, just in case somebody ambushes us.
Sounds like something a coward would say to avoid a fight.
Absolutely not. It's very rational behavior.
I've got a bow, too. I can shoot arrows.
Yikes! Another good reason to take cover. When you're behind an obstacle, you're less likely to get hit. Even by friendly fire.
Well, got no choice if we want to move ahead. We got to get rid of those orcs. How many are there?
I can only see one of them right now. But the others must be close.
I got you. A group of one. I hate people who make a fuss over nothing.
When fighting alone, charging head-on is fine. But when in a group, a battle must be planned. Careful positioning can save you from crushing defeats.
Alright. So the game puts us in a box, and during the planning phase, you can deploy your characters before combat starts. You can position your characters in the highlighted area. Movement doesn't cost action points during this phase, so you can take as long as we want to strategize. Select the elf. Have her take cover. Full cover protects you from ranged attacks. They give your opponent a 50% penalty to their precision. Now select the ranger. Hiding behind half cover will give you a 25% drop to your foe's precision. Now select the thief. Position him on one of the highlighted tiles. Here's how the order of action is determined. Initiative is ranked depending on a character's courage. If their courage is equivalent, then the higher agility is prioritized, and then the level of the characters. If the level are the same, then it's up to chance. Click on fight whenever we're ready. The orc is now in Overwatch, which means he's keeping an eye on the area and will attack any enemy that enters it. Since he has not moved before going into Overwatch, he can make 2 Overwatch shots. If he had moved, he'd only be able to make 1. The ranger could move forward, but this could get them shot by the orc in Overwatch. Too dangerous. Time to talk about the ability to delay your turn. If a character has not used any action points, they can delay their turn to the play at the end of the round. They will then act in their normal initiative on the following turn. It's a useful ability when you would like to let another character, friend or foe act before you do. Delay the ranger's turn now. The thief is not the biggest or toughest, but he can dish out a lot of damage when interfering with the foes. Time to get rid of the orcs Overwatch. Mouse over them to see the Overwatch area appear. Okay, very PewDiePie. This is the Overwatch area. The enemy is watching. If one of your characters enters this area, they will be targeted by an Overwatch shot. A character who has entered Overwatch mode without moving can shoot twice like this. If a character in Overwatch takes damage, or if an enemy moves right next to them, their Overwatch will be cancelled. Waypoints. During movement, you can set waypoints by holding Control and pressing left click. This will give you the ability to determine the specific path for your character instead of the suggested path. If the movement area becomes orange, then that means you will sprint. Sprinting will allow you to move further but consume both of your action points. Move your thief closer by setting waypoints to cancel the orc's Overwatch. So far so good. We're not dead yet, thankfully, in the tutorial. The elf is a former pony grooming champion, braiding category. She's also the least bad character with a bow and has some support skills that can be useful. Mouse over the highlighted tile. Aiming arcs enable you to preview which targets you can hit, so very much like SOLASTA in that effect. The colour of your arcs depends on the precision. Usually archers cannot shoot if an enemy is at melee range unless the latter is knocked over, stunned or frozen. Move the elf to the highlighted tile. First, select the standard ranged attack, then mouse over the orc to ready your shot. The range highlighted in red on the ground. Enemies within range are also highlighted in red. The range of ranged attacks varies depending on your weapon or some skills. If the orc is outside your maximum range, you'll receive a 10% penalty to precision against them. If a character, friend or foe is adjacent to your target and in your line of sight, they will be highlighted in orange, meaning there's a chance we could be shot by accident. The probability of this happening is equivalent to 10% of your precision. It is shown in red in your precision collateral damage. So we have a base of 85, long range at -10, collateral at -7 for a total of 68%. Now make the attack. Now the orc's vigilance has been cancelled, you can safely move the ranger forward to the highlighted tile. Now let's talk about support. This is a crucial mechanic. When an ally is oriented towards your target, like the thief here, they will provide you with their support. Usually, support will grant you a 5% bonus to your precision. You can stack multiple supports, but only with melee attacks. So our base 86 plus support of 9% goes up to a total of 95% chance to hit. Characters with high charisma will have a higher bonus for their precision for every supporting character. Here the ranger has 9% instead of 5% thanks to his charisma. Finally, as a support does not require an action, a character can support an attack even if they have already taken their turn this round. Keep this in mind when orienting your characters. Now attack the foe.
Nice!
Wrong move. The orc just took 2 opportunity attacks to the face when fleeing. Each character controls the 3 tiles in front of them. If an enemy leaves this area, they will be hit by an opportunity attack. This type of damage deals slightly less damage, but the normal attack can not be dodged or parried. It can still miss, however. Be mindful of opportunity attacks when moving. End combat to move on. Alright, let's get sideways here. Attack with flanking. Super. Victory! The orc left his bow. Get your hands on it by clicking take all loot.
We did, thanks to my perfect planning. Let's keep going. The others can't be that far.
Alright, we get 560 XP for all heroes. Anything to loot? Tray of weapons or pots and pans. A ham aged 6 months. A mass market ham, salted in brine and cured as best possible. It's okay at best. Heals 8, gives 8 healing per turn and physical resistance of 3. And 3 withered broccoli, heals for 8 and health points over time 2. Alright, so lots of healing items available to us. And let's just go through the door. Haven't been prompted to equip the bow yet. Ignore the statue, not doing anything for us. Oh hey, it's the rest of the party.
Ah, finally, there you are.
Yeah, well, we had to fight off hordes of orcs to get here.
Bloodthirsty and cunning orcs, mind you.
And you wouldn't believe the stink in those toilets.
Gross.
You're losing me. He says he's stuck and can't open the gate.
It looks like some kind of pantry, but it's empty.
He says he only had a small bite.
I see.
Grim.
There must be some kind of mechanism somewhere.
Levers can be far from the mechanism they activate.
Investigate the room for a lever. Now, I want to know, is the orc going to get some kind of belching attack later on? What's that? There it is. A lever. This is a trap, I swear to God. No, we're
It's
fine.
opening.
Aw, I'm happy too, buddy.
I'd have expected him to bend the bars.
He was too anxious to be on his own. Ogres are very sensitive.
All the cumbersome stuff the party finds usually ends up stashed in the ogre's bag because he's the strongest. Since it's rather impractical to rummage through, we've come up with an interface for you.
Well, that's very kind. So there's the ham and the broccoli we've collected. The ogre is the one who carries all of your inventory, but each character has their own equipment on the left. There's a weight limit to your inventory, so you can't just carry everything you find. Look, the bow you found in the last combat. Mouse over it to check its statistics. You can read about the characteristics of a weapon in the highlighted area. All weapons share the same 4 stats, but some have additional magical properties. So damage 10 to 17, range 7, precision 5, crit chance 5, crit damage 1.5. Damage, precision, crit chance, crit damage. Understood. Each character can be equipped with a main weapon and a secondary weapon, with the only exception of the ogre and the wizardess, who only have 1 weapon slot. The ranger can equip the bow as a secondary weapon. You can now navigate between characters by clicking on their portraits. A character gets injured when they become unconscious during combat or take too much damage from a trap during exploration. Move the cursor over the ogre's injury. Injuries are permanent attribute penalties. They can be healed with specific consumables, bandages, and first aid kits, or by resting in a tavern. You will suffer the penalty associated with the injury as long as it's not healed. If a character falls in combat again while wounded, the injury will get worse, crossing a threshold, raising the corresponding penalty. There are 3 wound thresholds. 1 scratch, 2 scratch, and 3 scratch. Use a bandage. Now get back to the game with escape whenever you're ready.
Well, I found some writing materials in his bag. I should be able to map the dungeon now.
The wizardess keeps the map updated. It's usually best to act as if you know where you're going, although I'm pretty used to most players f***ing around by clicking haphazardly.
Wow, rude narrator. Give us some credit here. The quest journal is on the left. Here you can find not only the objectives of your main quest, but also your secondary quests. The map is on the right. You can use it to get your bearings round the dungeon. It will also be updated throughout your progress. So we are here, the main quests, side quests, stairs, elevators, merchants, bookshelves, and reinforced doors. There's a reinforced door back past the privy, but we've only just got the ogre.
I hear something. Someone's coming.
Go check it out.
Why should it be me? Rangers are usually the scouts.
Coward!
Yes, sir. It's a perfectly honorable life choice.
See, this guy gets it.
Time for lunch, guys. Come on, grub time.
Intruders.
Let's eat them too.
Maybe I could go back to the inn to ask for help.
Shut up. We got no use for wimps. You have to fight like everybody else.
Now that we've gathered some of our party, your characters will have unlocked their first skills, which will provide useful fighting these orcs. So we can maneuver ourselves in this box as preparation, but none of these tiles offer any kind of cover, so let's just get to the fight. The ranger is a jack of all trades, ranged attacks, supports, heals. He has a lot of options. Select one of his tactical skills to learn more. Here you'll find useful information about your skills. Every skill has stamina cost and a cooldown period. You gain back some stamina at the beginning of every turn. You can check the regen value by moving over the bar. So we have 100 out of 100 stamina, or effectively, I guess, kind of mana for skills. And once we get out of this, we have Ranger level 1 can use tactics. These can influence all of our allies. One is a defensive one is offensive, and it will stay until we end combat or die. Only one can be active at a time. Tactic charge is offensive, tactic defensive maneuver is defensive. Select one and use that. So we can see that we get 7 stamina per turn back.
Go for the eyes!
Charge! Kill them all. Very carefully. Now move your ranger to the highlighted tile. So we spent 1 action point on the skill and the 2nd action point on the movement, so we could not attack when we got there. The ogre is a brutal character, however, not that accurate. That's why you could use some support from your other characters. Oh, and he doesn't really like wearing armor. The ogre has the Kadula Opog skill. In Orcish, Ogreish, this means, please mind my personal space. Get closer. Kadula Opog can push an enemy back 2 tiles. Since the ranger is oriented towards your target, the orc will also be targeted by an opportunity attack if they're pushed back. Attack the orc. That's excellent. The Wizardess is your area of effect specialist. She is frail, but her attacks are powerful and can hit multiple simultaneous enemies. Some of her attacks can also inflict powerful status effects like burning or frozen. There's an archer. First things first, let's take cover. Half cover behind the table. At level 1, the Wizardess has 2 spells, Cure Minor Wounds and the formidable Wazza's Whirlwind. Spells cost astral energy and also have a cooldown period. You'll get some astral energy back at the end of each turn, 5 per turn. You get some back, you can check the regen value, select Wazza's Whirlwind.
Toga, Swala, Botwaza!
Very nice. The Thief's skill is the Sneaky Strike. This attack can dish out a lot of damage, but you have to be facing... the enemy must be facing away from you. Since there are no orcs in range, let's delay our turn. And the elf is exposed. She's a frail character. Position her behind some cover. Oh, there's some more there. The elf's skill is the Elven Ricochet. It's a highly sophisticated technique which will randomly hit up to 2 targets in a 2-tile radius around the last target. Select Elven Ricochet. Shoot the orc in the highlighted tile. There's a chance it might hit our friends. It is an elven technique after all.
Take this, you meanie!
Well, that's gone great. We've got backstabbed. And shot. They're having a terrible time. Alright, we have an opening for a backstab.
Death strikes down without a sound.
Excellent. Now finish this combat as we see fit. Okay. The enemy is up last, so we have some time here. Alright, everything is fine. Here you go, a great victory. Don't forget to take your loot and to heal your characters before the next fight. Press back whenever you're ready. So let's heal everyone. Is this for the cost of 3 potions? Absolutely was. We now are down to 2 potions total. We get 7 gold coins and the Chair Caner armbands. Protection 1, Impact Physical 1. These armbands have been reinforced, keeping your arms safe of rogue splinters. And looking at the character portraits here, it seems it's only the ranger that can equip that.
Wow, what a fight!
Still, those orcs weren't in fighting shape. I think they were running from something.
If that's the case, so should we.
Enough defeatism. Let's go. We still have to find the dwarf and the barbarian.
Alright, well, this tutorial's getting a little long for a YouTube video, so join me next time. We'll find the dwarf, the barbarian,
You
and...
should always note your escape routes on a map.
Thank you, Thief. I'd also like to come back and see if we can get through this reinforced door now that we have the ogre. But again, we'll save that for next time. Thank you ever so much for watching. If you're enjoying this, please do let me know in the comments down below or by liking this video. If you'd like to see more D&D-esque content, please feel free to subscribe. There's lots of other campaigns you'll find on my channel. Otherwise, thank you ever so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.